The latest, a source says prison worker Joyce Mitchell admits putting hacksaw blades into frozen hamburger meat and sneaking it to the inmates. All this as the search heats up. Well, that's one term for it. Let's bring in Sheriff David Favreau of Clinton County, New York. Sheriff Favreau, thank you very much for joining us. The search heating up. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit there. You do have some cause for optimism because you found the DNA in this cabin, but is there any reason to believe that you're close to getting these guys?
Well, the area that they're in is very rugged. It's very, very dense terrain, very rocky, so it's difficult to move through quickly. And with the volume of resources that we have, we certainly hope we're able to keep them confined into this particular space. I think the enthusiasm and optimism of the officers on the ground definitely is much higher than it has been.
Oh, that's good. Good. I feel better reporting that then. Let me ask you something. If it's so rugged and so tough, especially for people who aren't accustomed to being there, not just talking about the killers, but your guys, any thought to having hunters from the region and professional trackers come in to help you guys?
I've heard that response a couple different times, and I think that poses a few problems. One is communications, because if you put people that are not law enforcement in these wooded areas searching and law enforcement does come upon them, now you're going to have a difficult encounter that could potentially end unfavorably, and we certainly don't want that to occur.
Yeah, but you could also just give the guys temporary shields, deputy vests. There's tons of stuff to do to make that easy. It's not like if you have an outsider, you're going to necessarily kill the guy.
It's true, but in this small area, when you can see exactly how dense and mountainous it is, and you see the volume of law enforcement members that are up there, we're approximately 1,000 members from multiple agencies. I don't think it's the volume of staffing that's the difficulty. It's just the ruggedness of the terrain, the easeability of being able to hide in literally thousands upon thousands of different areas.
Right. I mean, the concern would not just be more, as you say, volume, but it would be better. People who are used to moving in that terrain, who know the area because they hunt there or they professionally track. But I'll leave it to you to figure out the best way to do it. Now, when we hear that frozen chopped meat was used to smuggle it in, that was a shock. But then we learned that in this place where they were housed in Clinton prison, they were allowed to cook their own food. And then we hear the prison guard never ran it through any type of detector. And Joyce Mitchell says she doesn't think the prison guard knew that there was anything hidden in the meat. Does that make sense to you?
It doesn't make sense to me, but an awful lot of things certainly can occur. I don't have an awful lot of knowledge on what's going on inside the walls of the state prison. But as far as our facility goes, you know, it's very, very difficult for something like that to be able to get through.
You have Joyce Mitchell there. You're the custodian for her. Are you surprised at the timing of what she's been telling authorities, or is it just the timing of how we're learning about it in the media? Because it seems like she's been stringing along the information she's been giving them. Or do you think it's just that how it's being released and that you guys have known all this for some time?
Well, I don't have any direct knowledge of exactly when she told the investigators the information that is now getting out. What I do know, with any investigation, you have to be careful what you actually put out to the public, because it can hinder any future leads from that investigation, and it can also prevent other people that may be involved from speaking up and saying something. So we have to be very careful while that's going on.
All right, Sheriff Favreau.